Hi, and welcome to TrackTick Online Learning Guarding Suite. In this video, we're going to look at geocode and geofencing. Let's look at geocode first. For geocode, this simply means the actual geographical and GPS location that is defined by the address of the site. To make sure that the address is valid, first go to your Edit button from your site profile and check the address that you've entered in as part of setting up your site or location for your customer. Once that's been validated, you can then go to the geocode button, which is under the general tabs for the site profile, and select it. Here you'll see the actual map dart of that location. If this isn't the correct location, you can simply move your dart around until you've reached your actual area for that address. As you'll notice, there is a latitude and longitude, which allow you for better accuracy, and the button where you can select the site address, which will give you the exact address location based on what you've put in the site profile. Once this has been completed, you can select Save. This element has to be done first prior to setting up a geofence, as they will be using the location based on the geocode to create your geofence. To set up a geofence, select Security and Patrol tab, and select the last tab, Geofencing. And here we can create our actual geofence. Geofencing uses the Global Position System, or GPS, in mobile devices to track its positioning in reference to defined geographical boundaries. Using this virtual barrier, you can track your workforce and provide real-time notifications as users enter or exit the geographical boundaries you defined. So let's do that right now. Let's create an area where we are going to track the movement of the mobile device entering and exiting an allowed area. The allowed area is represented with the color green, and any restricted area is represented with the color red. To set either one of these up, it's the same process of selecting the polygon and creating a shape to define the area to track. You can title this area and select OK. By doing this, we can track the mobile device positioning in reference to this barrier. If we need to move it, we can select the hand and move it to other areas around. Once that's done, we can now go to the events area. The events tab shows records for every time an officer entered or exited a geofence zone. The records in this tab are event-driven, meaning they only show changes in the officer status in relation to a geofence zone. So technically, if an officer entered the area or exited the area, the time as well as the end time in that area will be tracked in the events. The logs tab displays records of every GPS ping in relation to the geofence zone. This is different from events as it will display each GPS ping regardless whether the officer moves from one zone to another. Now, if you wish to have any notifications of any breaches in the allowed or restricted area, you can actually create the triggers for that. So here you can create the trigger if an actual officer has been outside of the zone detection, you can send a notification. Entering a restricted zone, you can send a notification, or exiting a restricted zone, you can send a notification. This also applies for the allowed zones, entering and exiting. With the reminder frequency, this is in reference to sending you a notification every so often in minutes so that you'll be aware of the breaches in either the allowed or restricted areas. To make sure you receive the notification in the correct format, you can set up the notifications by selecting the drop-down, Create Custom Notifications, and you can receive it by email or SMS. Once that's complete, you can hit the save, and whenever those triggers have been actually set up, you'll receive notifications based on those triggers. For more information on geofencing, select the question mark and head over to Tractic University and type in geofence. And you'll be able to read up more about geofencing and actually setting up information. That's all for today. Till next time.